Hey there, everyone. Good morning, Viet Cong. Oh, it's good morning, Vietnam. Nam, not Kong. Um, Welcome. I just thought I'd. Hey, as some of you know, I'm just gonna get a little face rub in here. I feel like a little cat. You know, little cats. How they do in the morning? They just give themselves a little paw. Yeah, gonna. Yeah, it's a good way to get your day started. You know, give yourself a little itchy, scratchy. You know, get the blood moving. And while most people might do these things off of camera, it doesn't really bother me. And in fact, you guys can learn something about yourselves. What's up? What's up, Victor? So we're gonna talk about raw ham. And if you can tell me what at least one of those is that an acronym? No, it's not an acronym. It's just when you use the first letters. Yeah, is it an acronym? Is that what it's called? Well, if you can tell me what that is, well, what either one of those means. You was on the Zoom yesterday? I didn't get to see your face, did I? You just jumped on. We're gonna. I think I'll probably turn this. You was too shy to talk. Uh, Ugh. It's okay. It's all right. I'll let that slide. We'll probably do another one today. As I said, I'll probably be doing these for the next week just to get the little feelers out there and see who really wants to join and I'll do teaching in the future. But until then, it'll be mostly people that I know already who will get on and we'll just noodle around and some people play guitar and we'll just talk some random shit. There'll be other people talking, and then we'll get into like the me doing this kind of teaching thing in classroom style. But yeah, I'll probably do that a little later today. I'll see once this gets packed here. Maybe I'll bring it over there. What's up, Nagas? What's up, Black Sun? What you doing? Yeah, I arose this AM. I arose this grand rising family. You know, because people don't like to say morning because morning is what you do over death. I don't really have a problem with saying good morning. I used to, the week, the weekdays in the morning, and the weekend, and all of these words that are disempowering. Well, they're only disempowering if you don't know what they mean, but they can be very empowering if you know what they mean, and if you use them in the right sense, But I mean, to the everyday person, they're just going through their day and their malaise, and they're dazed and good morning means their morning god and all of that. He has risen. But then you go, well, did the sun actually rise? I mean, it sometimes rises and falls and kind of, but it's going around. Yeah, I don't know. Like good spiraling of the sun atop our realm. I don't know. It's kind of does up and down and around and then in and out. So it has three planes of not planes of inertia, but one is this way, one is this way, and then one's in and out, right? So that's how the sun moves across what you'd call like, it seems like an eyeball, like a vortex of of kind of like like your cornea. It's like that, but I think it's probably, I don't think it's a physical object. I think it's plasma. But yeah. So I did arise this morning, much as the sun here we have, and I've been enjoying this right over my shoulder. It's kind of fun. Um, and I got to listen to Robert Anton Wilson. It's actually live right now. I mean, it's not him live. It's just somebody playing some of his old stuff. I was like live. I was like, how is Robert Anton Wilson alive right now? I was like, did he just come back from the dead? Because I thought that dude died in like the '90s or something. If you don't know who he is, brilliant, brilliant dude. He hung out with the likes of Timothy Leary, Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts, and he wrote a bunch of really cool books. Illuminatus trilogy, the Illuminatus. I don't remember all of them. I only read one of them, and I only got like halfway through it because he did really intelligent stuff. Really, really great dude. And he taught me something that I always try to teach people. And it actually he knew. I don't know that he hung out with them, but I know he knew Bucky Fuller. You know, and it's over here. Here you go. I seem to be a verb. So Buckminster Fuller said, I'm not a noun. I seem to be a verb, a part of this evolutionary process. And the key word in there is I seem to be. and that's speaking in E prime. And to speak in E prime means to give yourself a 99% possibility of something, which always gives you an out. It means you cannot be so sure of the. You can be as certain as you possibly can that the world exists, but it gives you an opportunity to adjust your position and your thinking. You can say, "I'm pretty fucking certain of that. I'm. It seems to be." And so Robert Anton Wilson was kind of a linchpin, a keystone in that idea. But everything seems to be a certain way. You ever like it seems to be a certain way for like years and years, and all of a sudden you go, oh, it's actually not like that. I mean, could you imagine if you really held so um, steadfastly to the belief that, say, the Earth was a ball spinning through? I mean, it could be just a larger ball. I mean, so would you hold fast to, I'm damn certain this realm is flat, and da, da. It's flat as far as I can see, as far as I can tell. Maybe the ball is just way, way, way bigger. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's flat and also spinning through outer space. I don't know. How could I? I don't have that vantage point. But as far as I do know, pretty sure it's a flat realm. It's seeming more and more that we live on a motherboard, and it's an electrical system. It's seeming more and more that we might live in a crater, and that the moon might be a map to a realm. It's because how do sailors find their way around? They always look to the moon, right? There's always the moon thing there, and the pirates are always one-eyed, so they're using their third eye, and it's very connected to the moon energies too. So it's seeming more and more like we live on a computer board inside of a realm that is a much, much, much larger than we could ever imagine. Danny. Well, do you look at? Hey, does anybody familiar with the why it's upside down? Have you ever looked at the picture? It's a robot. It's either a robot having intercourse with a crab, but I don't think that's what it is. It's an alien opening up a book. He's reading a book, and it's on top of an altar. That's what it is upside down. Look at it again. And if you can't go back to my title screen, just open up another thing and look at the Bulls logo upside down. Most people are like, "What is that?" Like, look at it again. And as soon as you see it, you can't unsee it. It's a figure of an alien or something looking down at a book that he has opened on a table, and the table is like his altar. Pretty cool stuff. And so yeah, so Robert Anton Wilson, and what is ham? That's me. It wasn't going ham. It was just hot as a motherfucker. That's what it is. Ham, hot as a motherfucker. Because I didn't get to sleep until, I don't know, almost 6 o'clock, because I was sweating my fucking testicles off. Actually, one of them is sitting on the bed if you guys want to see it. It was like 90. I was just sweating. I couldn't do anything to get sleep. I was like, oh, maybe I drink myself to sleep. No, it just made me sweat more. I didn't get drunk, really. I just sweat out the alcohol, and I was like, I'm just uncomfortable and hot, and like, I was like, okay, I just did laundry, and I had to change my shirt like twice. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I can't even wear one shirt for 2 days, and now I just have to like wring my shirts out after sleeping and them sweating. So some Danny Skylark. Oh, so okay, we get some more people in here. Maybe we'll turn this into a Zoom chat a little later. We'll see how many people want to do that. Oh man, did I already speak about that, Victor? Not today, but I've spoke about that as much as probably anybody on the interwebers. I have plenty of videos on that, man. I mean, I don't want to do. I'm not in that mind space right now to get into that, because I've just done that talk so many times from so many different directions. Watch the one that I just did on David Blaine. It ties into that as well, man. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do the talk for you. I'm just not in that space right now. I just woke up. I'm just kind of, you know, shaking the cobwebs off, and I'm barely. I was gonna read a little poetry from a book that somebody that you all know sent me. I have a new book. You guys want to see it? You guys should. I'll read some of it. She said I called her. She said I'm allowed to read it. Evolution of Awareness by Kia. You know Kia that comes here. She wrote a book. Look at that. Amazing, huh? I haven't even read any of it yet. I just opened it up yesterday. I even got a signed copy. You guys don't have a signed copy. I do. Yeah. You've already read it, Danny? Yeah, I mean I've read some of her work online, but I haven't opened the book up yet. Um, anyways, so Victor, I will do that talk for you again soon because I'm sure someone will ask. But it's I've just done it so many times. I would suggest do the David Blaine one. Look up my name in plasma. I mean the newer videos that I've done on it have evolved the thought that I have on it. I still think it's pretty obvious. Uh, I mean everything is kind of leading to that kind of energetic thing. But I really think if you within 45 minutes of the David Blaine thing, I kind of dig into that pretty deep, and I use a lot of that to get into the plasma thing. So it's the last video I did. D Blaine decoded the Ascension. The name of his special is called Ascension. You think they're not telling you something there? Danny, you have a friend that would love to. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that in a little bit. We'll. Wait, hey, Jal Victor, the way you said "fine," like I could just see you stomping away, like "fine, fine." I didn't know if you were saying "oh, fine," or you're like "fine." See, whenever someone says "fine," I either take it like George Carlin, fine, everything is fine, like it's so mealy mouthed, or it's like a kid stomping, fine. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's my childhood. Every time, like my mother or I would like there was this kind of like yeah, and it's like if you ask a chick how's she doing, she goes fine. You know something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? You ever get a text message? No, no, no. You ever get a text message from a chick and it says fine? Oh, you're in for a treat at that point. Fine, thank you, Black Sun. Fine never means fine. Fine means you about to catch an earful real quick. And like if you get the word fine from a white girl, uh, you could make that might slide depending on her upbringing. But if you get fine from, oh no, you do not want that from a black girl. No, no. I'm like, oh shit. Like like chicks that I dated, if I get the word fine, I'm like, oh no, what did I do? What did I do? What am I gonna pay for today? Mm. Because you really at that point you don't have an out. You just lose. Like you just have to go. Okay. You just like you have to put like a you got to put a helmet on. You got to put your pads on. Just like no gloves. You just kind of got to sit there. You're like, all right, I'm just about to get my ass beat here. I don't even know why. I didn't do anything. And yep, passive aggressive twats. Thank you. Yeah, passive aggressivity is the funniest thing. I used to date this girl, and she was the most passive aggressive person that I've ever met. I didn't notice it until a little later, right? Because she was really sweet in the beginning. Because they always are. Everybody puts the act on. Hey, look at this is my house. It's clean. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, like, well, I thought you lived in a clean house. And then no, actually, they're a dirty motherfucker, and they got bad. Like they're just like on their p's and q's. Where I'm gonna everything's neat, and then all of a sudden you see the real personality. Well, anyways, she was the most passive aggressive person I've ever met in my life. I could never even conceive of someone being so passive aggressive. And every time check it out, I'm outwardly outspoken and aggressive. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I say something, this is what I'm saying. I'm not being passive. I'm not gonna go like, well, maybe if you would just. I don't do that. And every time I would just tell her what I wanted or be aggressive, be aggressive, you know. She'd be like, "Why are you you're so passive aggressive?" I'm like, "I don't think you know what that." And I would say it to her. I was like, "I don't think you know what the word passive aggressive means. You're passive aggressive. I'm not. I'm being aggressive at you. I'm telling you what aggressive means." And she couldn't understand what aggressive was and what passive aggressive was. I was like, "So not only are you passive aggressive, but you're also stupid." That didn't go over well. And never call someone ignorant. That will get you in a lot of trouble. I've done that plenty of times. I still do it to this day. Because, well, what the hell else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? Yeah. That's fucking funny. Passive aggressive. And thank you for using the word twats. That, you know what, Black Sun, do you remember uh everyone's favorite comedian that they love to hate? He's not he doesn't really do shit anymore. Dane Cook. Do you remember Dane Cook? Okay, his first couple specials were really good, and then he became popular really fast, and people were really mad. Like, comedians hated him because he came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he's like, he's got stages, he's got stadiums, he's movies, so everybody held, like, they were in contempt of him because he was like, oh, like, they're like, fuck him. How did? Because they had to grind, they had to go to the clubs, and he didn't have to. Some way he just wah 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 wah. So in one of his specials, he's I think it's called The Vicious Circle. He's talking about being in a grocery store and how he loves grocery store arguments about people that just hate each other, like a girlfriend, boyfriend that just hate each other, and they'll get in an argument, and he was like, dude, I would be hearing these arguments, and I would just walk around the corner, and I would get in the business. And so this guy starts calling, he starts yelling at his girlfriend, and he calls her a twat. He's like, yeah, dude, I haven't thought about that word. He goes, yeah, what a twat. And this Dave, I want to call him Dave. uh, so he's standing there, and he goes, yeah, tell that twat. He goes, yeah, twat. I haven't heard that word in years. Fucking twat is such a funny word. See, twat is getting. I'll tell you what the word twat is, and hopefully, don't take this back to your covens. Don't take it back to your covens, women. But calling someone a twat is equivalent to getting away with calling a woman a cunt. Yep. See, I just go right for the jugular. I just say cunt. Like, I just get it over with. I'm not gonna use twat and just. I'm not gonna be passive. I'm not passive. I'm not gonna go, ooh, what a twat. Call someone a twat, you can kind of like, ooh, you call me a twat. If you call someone a cunt, you better be ready to fight. You better be ready to fight. I don't mind arguments because I don't lose. How could you lose an argument? I don't lose an argument because I don't have them. Because the only person I'm arguing with is myself. A playful stinger. It is. A twat is something that you can say to certain people and get it. It's like yeah. You can say it with a smile. Yes. See, if you live in Australia, you could say cunt with a smile. You know, if someone in Australia, right, if you call someone a cunt, that means that they're your friend. But in America, you call someone a cunt, it means, ooh, you better. Like in Australia, you call someone your friend. No, that's not your friend. Oh, that's my buddy over here. Nah, I ain't your buddy. That's an actual cunt. Joe Victor, no, I didn't misunderstand you. I was just playing with you. Yeah, I sick cunt. Yeah, you gotta get the extra U's in there, cunt. And you gotta, like, I don't know, I feel like I always gotta, like, get my nose like that. Cunt. You gotta say it like you were Elvis. A cunt. we make this the cunt show. Mm. Okay, well, it's a term of endearment. Thank you. It's a term of endearment, sir. I don't use. I mean, if I can use any language to be a term of endearment, and I can use some language to mean fuck your life. You know, that kind of feeling. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good with that. Buddy boy, pal, amigo, boss. I could also say that to people that I like. It just depends on where they are on the spectrum. the spectrum of how crazy and weird and um, autistic they are. If I call somebody that has high levels of autism, if I say buddy, I literally mean what's up, buddy. If someone is not so autistic and I call them buddy, I do not like them. It is all, everything is regulated on the autism scale. I've been telling, I'm going to change the next video. I'm going to make completely about the autism scale. It depends on where you sit on the 1 to 10 autism scale of what words mean what. I've already explained. I made a video about this a while ago. Um, I wrote a whole. I wish I could find it. I wrote like fucking like the longest I've written, like 14, 15 pages on how to speak to autistic children and how to teach them and how to help them. And it was all about it was about the language and how that we observe language. And most autistic kids also have, at higher levels, they also have what's that thing called when you jumble up the letters and the letters get out of order? um, well, they have that, and so what's happening is their brain is working from another dimension, quite literally, where they're clocking letters in different directions, and each letter, as you change its directional, if you have an E like this, dyslexia, yes, they also have dyslexia at higher levels. If you take an E and you turn it, 45 degrees this way, it becomes an M. If you throw it that way, it becomes it comes a 3. And then this way, it's a W. And so they're doing that in their brain because they're literally locking and keying things together in a way that it's literally higher order mathematics and hyperdimensionality. This is why you have autistic savants that can do things that you can't even imagine, but they have to deal with this reality, which is a slowed down version. It's a slowed down version of what they see going on. So to you, they look slow and silly, but they're processing things on a level that you can't even imagine. um, yeah. So, autism would be very helpful. Yeah, dude, if I find it, it will be such a good day. I'll read it for you guys and I'll show it to you. I actually wrote out some of this stuff, and I was based upon a few actually different languages, because I started to notice what was going on with old ancient languages, and how some languages just seem like English written backwards, or how uh, why do you read from left to right? Let's consider this. Why don't you read from right to left? Why don't we read from bottom to top? Why don't we, why do we read that way? Because it's programming your brain in such a way. If you start with your eyes over here and go over there, you're coding something in your brain in a certain way. It's a coding that's happening. What's up, Quasi? What you doing? So if you're looking to your left and then you look to your right, you're coding that way, and so it's happening in your brain the same way. Where if I were to look down here, so if you look at a piece of paper, it's an 8 by 11. Why is it 8 by 11? Who came up with that idea? What is that? What is that in relation to? And why the red lines and why the blue lines? What's going on there? What if we just look at an article? What if we look at a picture, like there's an ad? Your eyes go from the top left to the bottom right because you've been trained that way, because that's how you read. But in other languages, you're going in a different direction, so you're coding the brain differently, because your eyes are actually connected to different parts of your brain. As you look around, you can think that if you have to think about a memory, you look up and to your left. If you're thinking of, you could be thinking of something you like, you look up to the right. There's certain things that you can do that you can access different parts of your memory. So if you close your eyes, you can look around in there. What's up, Dave? Um, so this is like even why, if you look at your boy, Da Vinci, right? He used to do mirror writing, so he'd be writing in reverse. What was that doing? Why is the reversal of you'd call like certain languages, the reversal of that language is balancing something out. It's the balance to the realm. Black Sun, that's hilarious. That's I mean, how would they survive? Would they? They could. They could. I mean, quite, I mean, it seems like a fanciful story, but knowing that knowing that the human body is very, very resilient, I know for certain we don't really need much. And a lot of people say, well, what do you need but sunlight? You know? So what if they were just on another level? Because if you can survive on water, you know, if you take the way of water, and you understand water, and you become azul, um, you can understand what water is. If you've ever, you know, sat in the sun and stared in the sun, you understand what the energy of sun is. So imagine a baby just sitting there in the sun. Would it end up ever, as it's breathing, and then a little moisture comes out, and then all of a sudden it gets to be dark time, and all of the moisture and then the dew settles and it comes cold and it comes back into their body. They're sitting there breathing as just one. They don't even need to eat, and they're learning something through the sun. They could be speaking star languages. Certainly, I don't fanciful story, but what's up, Ryan Gamble? What's up, man? Is the etymology the key? I think the key to getting the left brain back into check and getting the right brain. It's using, well. Here, let me give you this. I think this is the only original thing that I've ever come up with in my life. See, if everything is right-handed, I'm gonna explain to you creation and recreation. This is how this works. Everything that is of the left hand is called the devil. It's the left-handed path, right? It says the devil. So they smash you on the hand. If you grew up in Catholic Christianity, whatever, they would make sure that you wrote. I mean, like, this is why a piece of paper. This is why power tools are all for right-handed people. What is that? Why? Why right-handed? Because when you come out the womb, you walk with both feet. You should use both hands to do everything, but they force the right hand upon you. And so the right hand is the left brain, and the left brain is masculine. It's about orderly concepts and structures. So as we're taking our right hand and writing from left to right across this page, we're taking from our memory system and turning it into creation. Now what that means is we took a memory and we created again. So we create a wheel. It's called the wheel of rota, to rotate, the Torah, the wheel of rotation. So we create a wheel. So we can't get outside of that wheel. If we take from creation, or if we took from memory and turn it into creation, it creates writing, a rote, to speak and spell through a circular construct. Masculine to feminine, from memory to creation. You can only recreate what you already know. Now, if you're left-handed, the path of the devil, the path of the woman was evil. This is why they said that the woman was bad. The woman is evil. Oh, she's so terrible, because she was creative. So that creative thing in the right brain is the left hand. So if I were to take my left hand and write on the page, and I'm going to pull something into creation. I'm pulling from creation into memory. So therefore, every time I'm doing something, it's brand new. I'm creating and making a memory. So I can do anything I want. I'm pulling out of creation with my left hand. See? And then creating a new memory. It's new memory systems. Boom, 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 anywhere I want. It becomes expansive. You can't control it. I don't know where it came from. It just came from the darkness. See, the cave of creation. The woman is the cave, the cavernous region where all of life was birthed from. Pull it out of creation into the memory banks. But if I take it over here, see what I'm saying? If I take it from over here, it's a memory system. Here's a bag. Here's your memories, and then you put it over here. All you can do is take your memories and replace them, and then throw them back in the bag. And you're just gonna play with those same games, circle, circle, circle. But if I do it the other way, now I'm actually creating new memories. See? Even in the word memory. Mem and Ori. So, what's this? Ori. Light. Mem. Water. This is the... it's even, I mean, if you get the word Memphis. Memphisib. The moms, the memories, the Yeah. So there you go. There's to balance out the brain is to do more left-handed things. It's if you say that do something left-handed, most people say that's the evil path. That is the left-handed path. Don't take the left-handed path. All these Christians out here. I'm like, and all these people that even play with magic. I'm like, you don't understand. You're not getting it. You have 2 feet. You don't walk around with 1 foot. That's retarded. You don't walk around just doing everything with one hand. That's retarded. Could you imagine trying to play basketball with one hand? You'd suck at the game. You need both hands. You know? Could you imagine only being able to hop on 1 foot somewhere? It's silly. It's a certain back and forth and you have 2 eyes, it's the balance. You have 2 ears, it's a balance. You have 2 nostrils, the balance. It's 2 hands, the balance. There's no black magic left-handed evil path. You just don't understand it because it's too creative, because you're scared of the dark. And also here, Ryan, just furthermore, here's another thing. This is for autistic people and people in general. There's 2 things you can do. Walk through a labyrinth. Walking through a labyrinth is huge. And also doing what's called an infinity walk. It's just a figure 8, just 2 obstacles, whatever, 2 chairs, whatever you want, 2 trees, whatever. Just walk in an infinity pattern. And as you're walking, what you're doing is you're moving in a way. So as you take this left corner, you come this way and you come back around here. Now you take a right and you come over here and you take a left. And this right and left, it's like a fish, right? And you're causing your arms to move, your hands to move, your legs to move, and you're balancing out everything in the brain. So for autistic children, most of them, a big portion of it is the heavy metals in their brain. So they need more chelation through green stuff. They need clay baths, and they need more water, more distilled water. And then to do that is a brain exercise that balances out and harmonizes the brain hemispheres. You can do that yourself too, because most people are lopsided. They're one-sided. I remember, growing up, I was very well, because I played soccer. I ended up being, I was left and right-footed, so I was good. But basketball, no, I was very right-handed. I didn't have much left hand, so then I forced myself to start doing exercises left-handed. So like whenever I drink now, if I'm at the bar or doing something, I'll make sure that I attempt to use my left hand more often. And here's a funny story. Yeah, it's even diet plays no role. So I had I used to date this chick, and she worked at basically a daycare for autistic kids, and one day she shows me, this is like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid, I guess. Shows me the diaper of the kid, like what comes out in his diaper, and it looked like there was a poopy, there was a turd that looked like a mango avocado seed. It looked like a green avocado mango seed. That was the child's shit. And I was like, what do these kids eat? And she was like, whatever the parents send with them to the school. And I'm like, you don't think that there's any relationship, and in your school system watches these, and you're supposed to be helping these autistic kids. It's like, and no one's saying anything about this. You're not seeing this interrelationship between the food, and she told me, and it was just disgusting, like microwavable this and blah 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 blah, and it was just like garbage. They just drop the kid off. You take care of it. Take care of this microwavable food. I'm like, the kid is fucked up because you're only adding to it. Like, if that's the shit that's coming out of it, what are you putting into it? So like the aluminum, the heavy metals, everything that they continually put into this child's body was only making it worse. And I'm just like, you can't just change that, just get rid of that and just start feeding the kid like fruits and vegetables and see what happens. Just see what happens. Fruits and vegetables, clean water. Yeah, and they're probably going to freak out a little bit because they're not getting all the extra salts and sugars and metals that they're used to, but they're going to freak out anyways. So, like, what are you going to do? You're going to let them suffer the rest of their life, and people are like, here, give them the salt and the sugar and the heavy metals, and look at the shit that's coming on this child. And if they could, like for real, what they would be smart to do is you know, put one of these autistic kids, because they're probably not going to let you give them an enema, but give them a little sleepy medicine. Put that motherfucker to sleep for a little bit, and give the kid or a bunch of enemas, and see what comes out of their fucking asshole, and clean out their colon, and then start feeding them properly. See how quickly they turn around and start functioning properly. At least closer to. You're not going to get rid of all of it immediately, but it will happen pretty quickly. So between water, clean water, fruits, veggies. I mean, you can have meats in there. The meats are not killing nobody, but just make sure they're as close to raw as possible, and they're fresh, local, blah blah blah. Um, but yeah, man, between that shit, and there's a couple exercises, grounding, and taking the shoes off, being outside, getting some sunshine. And basically, it's the same thing for everybody. I mean, everybody out here is a goddamn fucking loony bin to begin with. Everybody out here is a goddamn freak show. Everyone's a goddamn freak with a microphone. I don't care what you say. I don't care what they think. The smartest people in the world. Remember, you used to look up all these people. They're a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. We're surrounded by dumb motherfuckers, and I'm not okay with that. Like, I'm tired of the least amongst us telling everyone what's good, what's going on. No, it's a bunch of overgrown fucking toddlers with more money than you. These stupid, ignorant pricks. That's what we're surrounded with, and we've been listening to them for a long time, and everybody else out here going, "Oh yeah, whatever they say. We went to the moon. That guy, he's a science guy. He got the jacket on." They hate the priests, but they don't even understand their priestcrafts. Trying to teach you all about magic here. All right, I digress from my rampage into how to fix these autistic children. What's up, Dave? What's up, Jay Marley? Jay Marley, the moon gazing removes impurities from the body, but think of moon gazing as an enema. Moon, the sun adds energy, the moon removes energy. So bad energy can be removed by the moon. But when that bad energy is removed, where is it going? And this is why on a full moon you see so much lunacy. It's because you got a bunch of crazy people with crazy spirits in them, and they're all interacting. Because the moon is succubusing, pulling out energy out of the system, which is, it can look really weird, and I mean, the moon is akin to a parasite. How do I mean that? I mean it like this. If you didn't have parasites in your body, you'd have been dead a long time ago. You should thank the parasites for having been there. Because you put a bunch of stupid shit into your body can't digest it. It doesn't know what to do with it. So the parasites come in and say, "Hey, I'll take care of that. I'll clean it up." I mean, think about if you've ever had a dirty fucking, like a filthy house, you rebuild a house, right? You buy an old shitty house. Who do you want to go clean? Who do you want in there cleaning it up? You want somebody with a suit and tie doing all the, we're going to fancy this one? No, you want the dirty, scummiest motherfuckers to come in here and say thank you. And you know what you do? You say thank you. You feed them. You give them a tip. You say thank you for cleaning this house up so now I can rebuild it. This is what the parasites are. That's what the moon is. It's succubusing things off. Now, if you have a clean body, you got a clean house, ain't no parasites coming in your house. They would never even think of it. They would never dream of it. It's already, you got like the whole thing, ammunition, Uzis, you got everything. You got gates, the whole fucking thing. Ain't no crackheads coming around your fucking business. No, sir. That would be you as a temple, right? But if you got shit in your temple, what do you need? You literally need parasites, because if not, all of that junk would overrun your system, and your arteries would get clogged up. All of the veins in your body, you would be so fucked up. You'd have been in a hospital bed before you got to 7 years old. If you were just fed the standard American diet, by the time you were in third grade, you would have had so much garbage into your system. You would have been dead. But luckily, the parasites came in and digested the foods and the other shit that you shouldn't have put in your body. They digested the plastics and the heavy. I don't even, what the fuck are you eating? Like, I mean, get it? We didn't know. We didn't know as children. We didn't know even as adults didn't know. Now you fucking know. So now stop feeding yourself that. Cleanse yourself. Once the parasites have nothing to eat, you know what they do? they die. And then you shit them out. Or they just run out the back door. Or you can do an enema. But if you keep doing enemas to get rid of the parasites, but then you keep feeding yourself parasitic things, what do you think is going to happen? You're only going to make yourself sicker. So the moon is succubusing what you'd call, well, it's taking positive energy, and the moon and the sun is giving you negative. Well, see, it's just flipped. It's like if you get near the water that's crashing down off of oh man, that's so crazy. Hold on, I just remembered a dream. Okay, it was about water. It was about waterfalls. So if you're near waterfalls, it's as the water hits, it's producing kind of an electrical discharge of negative ionization in the air. So it's like fresh and clean. And so the sun is also cleaning the body. You ever have a skin issue or something? Go to the sun. The sun is antibacterial, antifungal. It heals the body that way. Where the moon is doing quite the opposite. It's still doing a service. I used to think that the moon was only succubus and bad. It doesn't need to be there for healthy people, because we live in a planet of not healthy people. It's assisting you just as the parasites are assisting you, whether you want to accept that or not. Just like the left hand is assisting you, whether you like it or not. The left-handed path, the black magic, has been assisting the people that want to be all about love and light. But without the darkness, you wouldn't even know what light looks like. So, better get used to us. We've been here. So, hello, which moon? All right, I thought we were going to talk yesterday. I was just waiting for you to call me. I was just, whenever, man. Like I told you, like whenever you want to do this. Thank you for giving me a little bit of time to recharge after, man, fucking the last no moon was tragic Bronson, dog. It was the last no moon was tough, but the last full moon a couple days ago was awesome. I woke up energized, ready to go, ready to take on the world, man. I just wasn't getting any sleep and shit, but yeah. It's funny, Jay. I think I was in a sauna for like 8 hours because it was so hot. It was like 90 in my apartment until about 9 this morning, and I was just trying to go to sleep. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just drink a bunch of wine. So I was like, I'm just talking to a couple of people. Like it was like 6 o'clock, and I finally passed the fuck out, and I was like just sweat. I was like, my shirt. This was a light blue shirt. You know what I mean? Now it's just covered in sweat. And I just woke up and I was like, oh, fucking little sunshine, nice day out there. The air conditioning is finally working. I felt like what is it called whenever you fall in love with your slave masters? It's called the Stockholm syndrome. You know the Stockholm syndrome, where like you're enslaved, and you fall in love with them because there's a certain type of power dynamic. Well, it was like 90 in here for all night, so I'm just uncomfortable, sweating out my fucking every pore in my body. And I get up and I was like, oh my god. I look at my thing and it says 79, and I was like so thankful that it was 79. I was like, oh, I'm so refreshed. I was like thankful that 79. I was like, but it should be like 72 in here. I should still be pretty pissed, but I'm actually thankful. So I'm saying, oh, I can understand your system broke in your building. I understand. Like I was giving praise to the people that enslaved me to 90-degree heat, and then I'm like thankful for 79 when it should be 72. And I was like, don't do that, brain. Don't you do that. Danny, do the infinity pattern within north, east, west, south. Yeah, I would say, do it, and then invert it. Go this way, then go the other way. Do it in this direction, and then flip it and go the other way. Yeah, and that's why if you just do a labyrinth, you kind of pretty much accomplish all of that within a labyrinth. But the infinity pattern is a very direct thing. Go that way, and then as you do that, and then do it this way. You make it just cross out of it. You're not supposed to know where you're going, Ryan. Uh, are you saying like this being an astral, Ryan? Are you saying like this here, like all of the we're working on an astral projection together right now, or you mean like whenever you go to sleep that you jump into another realm? Yeah, clay bath is what's up. Um, and also in a clay bath, you can add yourself some spirulina or chlorella or one of the green substances. I make a mixture of. I haven't taken one in a while because, like, you got. I mean, you gotta put a. You don't want that all going down your drain, is what I'm saying, because you don't want to clog that drain up. So you gotta like have a kind of a stopper there. You gotta get off. So whenever you take the bath, see, I'd rather just cover myself in clay and then lay in the bathtub with no water, and then because a clay bath is gonna work, but cover yourself in clay, use less water, and it's a lot more pronounced its effects because it's right there and it's gonna pull everything out of your skin, and then take a shower, but make sure that you have a drain stopper there. That way you can take a piece of paper towel and clean it up afterwards. But I don't have one of those things, and I gotta get one. But anyways, yeah, I mix some chlorella, spirulina, and then the clay. Um, yeah, that works. And then while you're at it, like don't feel, you know, put some in your mouth, eat some. Might as well. It's good for you because now you're gonna get if that clay is gonna be doing its job. Maybe a little bit of the chlorella and spirulina will get into your system, but that will do some. I mean, I would do it separately. If you're doing it on purpose, eat the clay. Later on, eat the spirulina and the chlorella, which is supposed to be a heavy metal brain detoxer. I think it just works more on the blood. I don't know that much of it's getting into the brain, but it's helping to. The only way you're going to detox the brain, let's just make it simple, is to drink distilled water. Until you drink distilled water, it's not gonna get into your cerebral spinal fluid and break up into your skull, like getting into the brain to push all of that garbage out. That's really the only way you're gonna really clean out heavy metals. Everything else is kind of it would do something, just not to the degree. It would take a lot longer. If you were just to fast on distilled water or piss or whatever, it'll happen pretty quickly. What's up, loyal Tangle? That's interesting, loyal. That's crazy. So you actually switched up instead of going. You would the other way around. It's kind of like, but the rubbing your belly is patting your head, but you flipped it around. Yeah, interesting. Well, I mean, what is his name, man? Elon. His name is Loneskum, right? Lone Scum. His name is Lone Scum, and his name comes from an old book. But here the thing is, he's probably I'm somewhere in between three things. Either he's a synth, like synthetic, or he's just a human that has been meta programmed with MK Ultra to work on pressure points inside of the brain because they hive mind people, and there's a structure, a honeycomb structure that they do. They basically put information and data points in there. It's like Manchurian candidate shit. And they do that to the grand population with a couple things, right? And this is why people freak out over like, oh, such and such. They're so overwhelmed with the sports players and stuff. That's from childhood. That's not so trauma based, but like the Elon Musk and things. Now it could be that. He could be that, like Manchurian style. He could be a synthetic, made in a laboratory, or he could be a I don't want to say the word out loud. He could be a tulpa. You know what a tulpa is? It's basically well, in other language, different cultures. It's basically you're producing an egregor. How's that? Does anybody know if you've ever studied my other work? I never spoke about tulpas because it's not, that's, you don't want to fuck with tulpas because they can get out of control. Where egregors um, are basically thought forms that manifest into literal objects, things. If you watched the show, there was this guy that it was a show about magic. I forget the name of it. I think it's a recent one. There was a guy that lived in a dorm room with this other dude, and his name was Clay. His name was Clay, and he actually got he got formed like that. He wasn't a real person. It was a mental construct by some magicians that produced out of clay a being that was the guy, and he was the dude's roommate. It was so weird. So, and I'm thinking that could be the third thing. He could be a Gregor or a Tulpa. I don't think he's a Tulpa because that's hoodoo. That's deeper hoodoo shit, and they can get out of control if even if you feed them right and treat them right. No, they can get out of control. It's kind of like we just talk about AI systems that, like, the AI it becomes self-aware and starts to, it kind of like that from a magical realm. So tulpas are really not to be fucked with, like, at all. People shouldn't be. Even the deepest, darkest hoodoo black mad magicians, and they kind of know better. But egregors you can make pretty much without much worry. And could he be an egregor? So those are the three options, I think. See, most people would say, okay, no, that's just a guy that's made some money. Where the fuck did he come from? Just out of nowhere? He just came out of nowhere. You know that, right? Like, he was just like, kind of like, oh, well, here we go. This guy. This guy exists. Apparently now he's the richest man in the world, right? Autism also have problems with candida. Yeah, candidus. Yeah. Probiotics. Lots of probiotics. This is correct, too. So a lot of the fungus, eliminating that, yeah, fungus, the candida overgrowth is huge in that too. So I didn't mention that, but yeah, definitely throw that into the mix if you're. So I wasn't trying to specialize this show on autism, but yeah, there you go. Get rid of the autism through get rid of candida as well. The moon is cold and putrid. Yes, exactly. Well, here you go, Black Sun. I did a video on this a long time ago. Okay, the moon controls the period to a degree, right? So if the end of the sentence, if I'm writing something, at the end of the sentence there's a period. So if I start writing on a piece of paper, the left side where I'm writing from is called the sun. You capitalize the first letter, that's the sun. You're writing from the sun, a letter to the period, which is the moon. So the moon is controlling the woman's period. Now, the moon has sway over heavy metals and salts. So I guarantee you, and there's a video that I made, and there's hundreds and hundreds of comments in it from women saying, oh my gosh, holy shit, this makes complete sense and it works. The more disgusting the diet is that the woman has, like salts, heavy metals, kind of that kind of stuff, the longer their period is, because the moon is trying to pull all of that out, is trying to help the woman, saying, hey, honey, let's get this out of you. I'm trying to extract this. So she has a period, lots of pains, a lot of cramps. And cramps are because it's squeezing organs, and those organs are getting cramped up because it's trying to get that crap out of you, which is why you got a heavy flow and a lot of blood coming out during the moon. Now, women that get into the magic, they use the menstrual blood. No, ma'am, don't do that, because now you're just re-ingesting those heavy metals that you don't need in your body. Blood as a source of energy from light periods could be a good idea to use. I don't want to get into blood magic here, though. But from the sense of how 5-day period, you start getting rid of the salts and the heavy metals and cleaning your body out, you watch your period become shorter to the point of not having any cramps almost, because then there's no squeezing on your organs. You clean out your organs, you clean out your body, stop heavy metals and salts. The moon stops pulling that out because it has nothing to do. So the moon's like, cool, so it's magnetic. It's magnetic and pulling the heavy metals and the salts. And so and then how's the body going to get rid of it quickly? Well, normally it would come out the skin. You'd sweat it out, get rid of the salts. And the heavy metals you'd shit out. Now it's like, okay, well, a woman she can get rid of things quicker. You know, she can get rid of all of that blood. Here you go. Here is this offering to the earth, because the blood is supposed to go back on the earth. Because now all of those salts are supposed to be on the ground. They're not supposed to be in your body. But where's the metal supposed to be? On the ground. Put it on the ground. Put it over there. And then eventually, I think that the healthiest woman probably will never have a period. She'll still be producing egg. She'll live longer. If you have X number of eggs to produce for a lifetime, and then you go through menopause, and then you have so many years to live after that. If you have that, if that is how long you live, what if you don't? What if you keep? What if you just hold on to those eggs for 2 or 3 months? You could. Why wouldn't you be able to? Stop bleeding them out. And the only reason you bleed them out is because they've been infected with all of the salts and the heavy metals. You got to get rid of those. Get rid of those with all the other junk. Get rid of that. We got to put new ones in. So they install new eggs, fresh new eggs that are good. But then you put the heavy metals and the salts and like get rid of those eggs. Those eggs they can't be seeded. You see? You see that the eggs, as soon as they go into the body, there you have them. You can't look at the old Christian calendar, and they call it Christian, but it's not. It goes farther back than that, even farther back in the pagans. But there's like the first week, no pregnancy, the last, there's only a small period of time, because the eggs have to be sit into there, become adjusted to the body, okay, get to the right size. Okay, now they're capable, and then they're spent. Well, what if you stop? What if you just make sure that the body is always in the right homeostasis? Those eggs wouldn't have to go anywhere. That's higher level shit. And I mean, there's a few people that said they see how that works, because they've gotten their period down to 1 days, to only like spotting, and they're completely healthy. Some people say, oh, women don't, people that become vegetarian, they barely ever have a period, they're unhealthy. Like, no, actually they're healthier. Their eggs are still, in fact, they're probably stronger. We're gonna go on a slow. You want to go on a slow fast? Well, see, that's the funny thing is people think that the word fast means to go fast. No, the word fast is from the word fastening. It means to hold strong. The word fast is fasten, to tighten something. To Here's what I believe, so that's what I'm fasting to. I'm fastening to it. That's the root of the word fasting. So you're not going any faster. You're actually slowing down. You're actually slowing processes down so you can observe what are your habits. What are your little habits? Like the last few, sometimes, I'm here, I'm bored. What do I do when I'm bored? I go fucking eat. I go to the refrigerator, I'm just like stuffing my face. And my payment for that is my feet hurt. All that went to my feet. I'm like, I feel like an old woman. I'm like, ugh. Get a little gouty fat feet. Somebody come rub my feet. It's because they got lazy and just ate out of boredom. I don't normally do that, but like being stuck inside ain't shit to do outside. I succumb to that once in a while, but usually I fast most days until sundown. They're gonna be thankful. Yeah. They're gonna be so thankful. Thank you for allowing me out of my cage. Ryan, especially, yeah, the ringing in the ears to get to the other realm. Yeah, because you were asking about the other day, the bells and the chimes and all that shit, getting into the astral realm. Yeah, but just the sound, you can hear, like I can hear out the other frequencies, because there's nothing getting in the way. No one's really up. No one's using their computer. No one's using their TV. No one's driving around. All of the systems are kind of, and so all of the frequencies that are behind that, I can hear those. Yeah. Some of them are like, is that in my head? Like, no, that's out there, and I'm just picking up on it. Yeah. Especially when I'm super, super on that meditative, healthy kind of thing. You can hear different frequencies. I mean, even during the day, if I just stopped right now, hold on. I can't now because I have a couple things on in here. I have a fan on in the kitchen and something on in there, so I won't be able to pick up the frequency. But when it's really silent, you can hear. They say that the silence is deafening. Yeah, it's deafening in the sense that you can hear all the other frequencies. And it's like, what is that? Am I going crazy? No, sir, you already were crazy. What's up, Zet? What's up, Ginny? See, I don't drink coffee like that. I got a French press, but okay. The stray socks, you talking about the ones that the drying machine didn't steal? Ah, brutality. Nice, nice. It is definitely, yeah. I mean, it's doing a lot to clean. It's definitely a blood cleanser. I mean, so everything goes through the blood. So whatever's going on in your system is going to go through the blood, and your blood's going to have those little bits of heavy metals and whatever. And yeah, that spirulina and chlorella. Yeah, I haven't used it in a very long time. I got jars and jars of shit, man. I have all the herbs. You guys seen my closets of herbs before. I just haven't really got into them lately. I don't know. I kind of just wait. I just kind of wait for the right. I don't know. I'm like that. I'm just like, I'm fine until I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling good. All right, let's just fucking hardcore. Let's do it, and then go through like, you know, we're doing urine, we're doing clay baths, we're doing this, and that's how I like to do it. That's just how I live my life. It was a meme that I seen the other day. It was this dude said, so today I drank like 500 grams of, whatever. He was British. So I drank like basically 6 cups of coffee. I worked out at the gym for 2 hours, then ate literally 60 pizza bites, and then smoked, smoked like 8 cigarettes or something. He's like, it's a fine line between being healthy and unhealthy. Like all the power that we do to be healthy, and then all of the shit that we do that's unhealthy. Uh, without the unhealthy things that we do, we would probably go insane. How many people have gone insane trying to be healthy? That they go, oh, I can't do that. I wouldn't do that, and they're like the most like they've boxed themselves into this thing that like they can't do anything that might be considered a little bit. Ooh, I can have one of these. I can have just one little snack here. That was so naughty. Like naughty. Like yeah, it'll really break a brain. You know what I mean? But then again, there's some people that you can't just say, here's the whole buffet. They'll just take all of the drugs, and you're like, whoa, you've gone too far. And like, so some people go too far in one direction, and a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people that went way too far in the I'm going to be healthy thing here, and it's not healthy mentally. They're not healthy. They're not mentally healthier for it, and they're definitely not physically healthier for it. I mean, they might on the outside look that way just a little bit, but that's quick to go away. I've seen people that look healthy for like a year or two, and then I've seen people with channels. They were all on them. I'm a vegan. I'm a this. I'm a that. And then whatever they're doing, I don't know. Even vegetarians on this. A couple years later, person was like, I actually wasn't that healthy, and yeah, my health was declining, and I was just caught up, and I thought it was the healthy thing to do. I was like, yeah, because you just fucking go out and have some fun. Stop trying to be the fucking image of healthiness. Ain't nobody healthy on this planet. We all as healthy and perfect as we need to be. That's about the size of it. You don't just like you just wake up in the morning like, well, I'm on a path to health. Like health is not a destination, it's a journey. That kind of thing. Mr. Meeseeks. It's so funny. Mr. Meeseeks. I love the Meeseeks, yo. Little Meeseeks is funny, yo. I did a whole video on the egregors and stuff. Yeah, so basically a golem. I think a golem is kind of probably a cross between an egregor and a tulpa. A Connor, yeah, the Connor egregor. I remember in mine. Remember when the egregor Connor was fighting whoever the hell it was. and it was like, oh, who's gonna win? And it was like, does the McGregor win or does the oh, is it Mayweather? Yeah, does the Mayweather is he gonna weather the May of the there was all of that coding in there, and you're like, yeah, of course Mayweather's gonna win, right? That was the fucking sparring match of the century. Danny, I've been really studying Mercury quite a bit, and I'm starting to believe that that's one of the biggest um, uh, I don't think Mercury is the problem. I've had to have this discussion with a few people. I think, and this even goes farther into. Let's see what let's look into Hindus. Let's look into the Indians. What do they eat? They eat gold. They eat silver. They use copper in as cups. They eat they eat mercury. There's mercury in their medicine. And see, the problem is not the mercury. If you look at like teeth fillings, if you look at all of the other chemicals, look at all the other metals in there. Mercury is a soft metal, right? It's liquid. It's not a poison. It'll go right through your body. It doesn't poison you. Gold, soft. These are noble soft metals. It's the heavy metals that are binding with the mercury, and then they blame it on the mercury. You see? But that's the trick. That's the trick. So they tell you this is the mercury. It's not the mercury that's the problem. Get rid of all the other things, leave the mercury in there, and I bet you it's healthy. You know what they do? They take mercury, they take gold, and then they take some lemon juice, and some I forget the other elements, but they actually they take mercury and gold and all of this, and they make lingams out of it, and these are part of the priestcraft. Sadhguru does it. This Praveen Mohan actually did it. There's a barehanded. Thought it was poisonous. It's not poisonous. Mercury is not the problem. And how can we know this? Because you can look at all of the planets and you're gonna say one of the planets is the problem. Where's the problems in the world, right? Mercury and Saturn. Everybody hates Saturn. Saturn ain't the problem. There's nothing wrong with black magic. There's nothing wrong with 666. There's nothing wrong with hexagrams. There's nothing wrong with Saturn as a realm, as a planet, as a father time, as the wielder of the scythe. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You just don't know what it's doing. That's not our problem, but you can't blame it on that. What's the other problem? Mercury? You tell me the androgynous Mercury god of quickening, of this fleet-footed Mercurian god, male and female, androgynous. That's the problem? See, they tricked you. They tricked you with Mercury, the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is all about the dream world and Mercury. And Saturn? There's a problem with a cube? There's a problem with a box, a black box, a Pandora's box? No, that's how you get to play the games. This is where Pan the goat god and the Dora Bach, Dora the Explorer, Pan's box, the cube of Saturn, time. If without time you don't do anything. You need time to exist inside of. So you exist inside of the time that was emitted by Saturn, the cube god. so so gleaming the cube. Remember that movie? So the Saturn isn't the problem, and Mercury is not the problem. And there's even furthermore getting into just even the chemistry of it. I don't see. It's all the heavy metals. It's the dense heavy metals. It's not the noble soft ones. Urine and lime juice, and there's a couple other things. I would use diatomaceous earth probably for candida. Yeah, fresh salsa, a lot of cilantro. Cilantro is really good. Damn, Black Sun. What's up? Flat Earth British sub, what are you doing? Um, Flat Earth, it's funny, I come across something, I don't know if it was your channel or you just made a comment on something, and I was like, oh, I need to talk to this dude. That's funny, and you show up today. Is knowledge a path to mental incarceration? Uh, I don't know why you deleted your messages. That's funny, funny. Hey, Black Sun. Message deleted by Black Sun Hotep. Black Sun, why did you delete Flat Earth? What did he say? Do you have something stupid to say? Walls is tasty. What's up, Namakan Gardens? Cool. Oh, thank you, Black Sun. Well, it depends on what grade of Murky. Well, hmm. Phlebotomy fluid and antifreeze added to vaccines. Yeah, that's Divine Hazel. Yeah, that I mean that's the it's always the things. See, this is it's they always present. Okay, mercury's the problem. Have you the poisoning of people through grains? Here's the other big one. Here's a big one that people need to get hip to. They blame gluten intolerance. No, gluten isn't the problem. The problem is gluten. All of the silos and the storehouses are all with different, they're made of different metals, and those metals, where those grains are sitting, they keep hitting the sides, and all of those little tiny shavings of metals get into the grains, and they grind it up, and then you eat this food that has iron and aluminum and all of this garbage in it, and then but it's in grains that have gluten in it, and I'm going to put that in your body, and your body doesn't feel good, and you say, well, you're eating all of these grains aren't good for you. You have a gluten intolerance. No, you have a heavy metal intolerance. You have a whatever that silo's inside. You're gonna lick the walls of the fucking thing. Just eat the grain and you're gonna be fine. Gluten you turn into seitan, right? It's really good for you. It's all sorts of protein, cleans out the body. It's real good for you. Gluten glues it pulls things into it. It helps remove things. But the fact that as it's in there, it's getting ground up with it, and then you eat it. What do you think's gonna happen? That's going to cause a lot of problems. It's not the grain, it's the heavy metals. I know. I mean, I know Black Sun. I know Genie. I would give him one. My shit's not letting me hit my. I can't hit anybody's name over here. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh well. Fermented pico de gallo sounds good. Pico de gallo. Dripping on your beans. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there. Yeah. I don't know who said that because and who's the other person that was in here that I've never seen before that just said, yeah, don't listen to that dude. Who the hell is that? Nakium Gardens, and he did it all in heavy handed. I don't even know who the hell that is. Who the hell is that? Eh, I don't have any case. Sorry, flat British sub person. Um, I don't know. It's funny. I'm sure I've talked to him before. I don't think I've ever had a problem with him. Is it in vegetables and fruit too? Barefoot sungazer. Probably not so much, but you can never know. It depends on the cold storage and depends on how people are dealing with their food. Where you're getting it from. It's tough. It's tough to know. I mean, if you're getting it from the farm, you're gonna know where it comes from. But obviously, it's kind of difficult to do that these days. So, your Walmart produce. Hmm. It's very interesting. I had a tomato the other day that I cut open, and it was like all of the tomato seeds inside of it were already starting to sprout. The little tomato seeds were sprouting inside of the tomato. It was really weird to look at. So I could tell how, like, because I got them from like a Sam's Club, so Walmart, Sam's Club. And so how long were they ripening on the tree? How long were they in cold storage? How long they were on thawing? And then there's like, as soon as like maybe they were like sitting there and they dormant and they got warm, and then they started to. And so I cut the thing open. I was like, how the hell? What the hell is this? There was a bunch of tomatoes growing inside of the tomato plasma. Really fucking weird. Because at first I was looking at it going, what the fuck is that? And I was like, those are sprouted tomato seeds. That's crazy. Barefoot sun gazer. I can see your last two comments. You said the damn it one. I answered your last one. I didn't say any of those words. Okay. So hold up, you guys talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna go. Like I told you, it's fucking hot in here. I'm gonna go change my underwear because I'm literally like my shirt. I gotta go change my clothes. I'm just fucking sweating my testicles off. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, much better. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, I think I'm back. How are you guys doing? What's up, Gary Baxter? Hey, Gary Baxter, I seen your last video post. That was hilarious. I see Gary Baxter. Barefoot with a best way to chelate. I mean, I think that we kind of discussed that earlier. I think it's pretty simple. I think doing clay baths, but I wouldn't do the bath. I would just cover myself in clay and then bathe off. Um, the spirulina, chlorella, green stuff. Cilantro is very good. Fresh cilantro is very good. Um, Green stuff. There's a few other additives that people like to add. You know, that I'm not completely sold on the idea of iodine. Some people swear by it, and some people say it's not so good. Um, but if you're going to, I would get the iodine because the iodine is in the green stuff, right? So you get it like from plants or green algae from the ocean, right? So you probably want like sea kelp. I think that's going to be a good choice, sea kelp. And there's another kind of kelp. I forget what the other one is. If somebody wants to put that in there. I don't know which one's better. Speaking of tomatoes, got a couple tomatoes. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? I'm gonna talk with my mouth. I'm gonna chew with my mouth open. Well, some people don't like what I do, so I just do more of it. Somebody told me that they like the way I speak. There's on one show of mine. And it was one of the shows that I was burping in. Which is, maybe like 50 shows I have out of 2,000. Like, yeah. I had a burp. I had a hiccup. Tell me how to fucking run my show. Okay, come pay my bills, motherfucker. And we'll see. It's like people being mad at McDonald's. You know what? Don't shop there. Pretty easy, huh? Sprouts are also, add to the chelation. Yeah, thank you, Juniper. Sprouts are a good idea too. Sprouts are also super, super good. Tessa, have I talked about how they irradiate foods? Well, I haven't, but I mean, basically, you're just destroying all the life force. Irradiation of foods is much the same as like radiating your body, like microwaving food. You're just taking all the energy and life force out of it. I mean, you'll still get some of the nutritional qualities, but for it to survive that long, they have to kill it. Because it's not actually surviving. You're getting some of the color of it, which is still Latin. So all the Latin root words are for the colors of the food. You have like a carotene. Imagine it comes from the word carrot, orange, carotene, right? So you're still getting some vitamins, minerals, but you're getting none of the enzymes, which is killing it. You can eat a dead body and survive, right? We can eat steak all day. You'll live. Is it as good as eating something that's living? Is it good as eating steak that's fresh? No. That's not even close. Because the blood plasma, or the plasma from this, we got living goodness in it. Like this is probably this wasn't from Texas, so there's a possibility they did not. It says, please don't refrigerate. It's too cold in there. But I did put it in the refrigerator, so they last a little longer. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't radiate these. Well, their countries, they have to, because it wouldn't last long enough in the shipping containers and shit. Got greasy buns. Yeah, only if I live somewhere there's a garden. Closest thing I got, there's a hose probably in the graveyard. I can go wash myself off with the dead people. Actually, there's more living people in that graveyard than there are around this building. Yeah, ghee is up there. Ghee is up there in the healthiest things on the planet. Junipers, we could probably do that right now. I mean, everybody in here is welcome, I assume. You want to do a Zoom right now? Hey, you guys want to do a Zoom right now? I lucked out somehow yesterday. I'm only supposed to get 40 minutes, but somehow it just let me have it as long as I wanted. Maybe it'll let me do it today. I can set up a Zoom right now, but no, we'll see. I mean, we'll see if my computer holds, because yesterday I kept screwing up. But it'd be tough to set up a Zoom right now because you guys are on here, and if I turn this thing off, it's gonna kick you guys out the room for a second. Or you guys would have to come back in. I'll shut the room. I wish I could do it. I wish I could make this side by side where I could have my Zoom working with the YouTube on here. But junipers, we'll just do a little later to then. How about this? I'll finish the show up. I'll set that Zoom up, and then I'll start another show. Like, I'll be on here for like 15 more minutes, I guess, and then let me set the Zoom up, and I'll come right back on here. So like, what time is it now? It's 2:30. I have a phone call to answer though. So I'll stay on here till like 2:45 with you guys. I mean, everyone here is invited. Come back at like, come back about 3 o'clock or so. Back on here, and I'll give you the Zoom room, a Zoomy room, and we'll go from there. Yeah, you feel free, you guys, if you want to donate to More Chips 777, go for it. Donate to the moderator. Black Sun coming up here. Yeah, tip the door. You know what? I like that. Tip the door, man. I'm all for that. Oh, thank you. Flat Earth, that is a really good question. Does knowledge confine your potential? I suppose it can, because we were talking about this earlier, Liz. I think it's just a left and right brain knowledge, right? It's creativity versus knowledge. No, I don't think it does. I think that if you confine yourself to what you think you know, your left-brained masculine knowledge of this is, if you confine yourself to that, you do it on your own. Your right-brained, left-handed, infinite, creative, feminine brain is unbounded, right? That's creativity, but most people don't interact with that. If you put the two together, you're unstoppable. But most people, like, they go, oh, I know this, I'm certain of this. So yeah, in that way, people can become, they can confine themselves. Like, think of people that are doctors. Doctors are know-it-alls. They're 5-year-olds that go, my daddy's a doctor, and I'm gonna be a doctor, and you're stupid. I went to school for this many years. How do you think I went to school? Fuck you, motherfucker. I didn't go to school. You came to my school. How about that? Where did you go to school? I went to Harvard. Fuck it, I own Harvard. You gonna tell me about what school? I went to Yale. I own Yale. How's that? I taught your teachers how to teach you. So shut the fuck up. You know, so their knowledge confines them in the sense that they think they know everything. So once they know something, they can't know anything beyond that. They can't think for a second that they maybe were taught wrong. So in that way, yeah. That's what you're saying. It can confine you, but it also can, I mean, knowledge is, what's the Latin? Knowledge is, I forget how to say it. I mean, the point of life is to learn and to have knowledge and to share it, right? So that knowledge turns into some sort of wisdom, not just an education. These sound delicious. Are you talking about what I'm chewing on? The power of the word no, to N-O, to K-N-O-W, or to N-O. Yeah, there's power in both of those things, yeah. Barefoot, what do I think of? Have you done 35%? You know, it's funny enough, my most popular video that I have, I think, is the one that I did on hydrogen peroxide. I didn't think it was that good of a video. Like, out of all the videos that I've made, I was like, oh, that's just some random video I made. But a couple people came, you know, that had really been on the hydrogen peroxide. They put me onto like their audience. Like, yo, you need to listen to this dude. And I thought it was just an old video I made from like 3 years ago. I don't know if it's got like 100,000 views or something. You go check that one out. But yeah, I've never done it for a long period of time, but I know all about it. I got 35% sitting right there. I use it for all sorts of things, cleaning wounds sometimes. I mean, I mean, piss and hydrogen peroxide is the way to go. You know, mouthwash, cleaning things. drinking it sometimes. I mean, yeah, it's well worth doing. I've definitely seen a lot of benefits from it, and I've seen a lot of people have a lot of helpful benefits. The genies do like the corners, yes. Yeah. Up on that block, huh? Live in the greatest place on earth, in New Orleans. You got me? Black Zone, you better fucking download that and come join us. Or anybody else that wants to. Here's a reminder. I'm going to be taking most of this shit that I'm doing here and taking it to Zoom to do classes. That way we can see each other face to face. You can ask me questions. So this way it's not an hour and a half of me answering your questions this way. We can get right to it and you can like, oh no, actually this is what I meant. So if I'm into like a long tangent and I'm kind of like, off key of what you're trying to say, you can be like, no, that's not what I meant. It's all gonna be live. I'm only gonna charge you guys. I'm trying to figure out how much it should cost a class. Because you guys are gonna have to start paying me for this shit for real. It won't be a lot. I'm not gonna. I'll still do some of these. I'm gonna have some free classes too, but. So Barefoot, did you hear New Orleans? New Orleans, yeah. And everybody else, so everybody download Zoom if you don't have it. So most of my stuff will be me coming on here for a little bit, doing a little bit of talking, and then give you the room and the password to come hang. Barefoot, yeah, it's an app, Zoom. Get a Zoom app, so that way it's this, but you guys are on here too. So if you guys want to, I mean, if you don't have a camera, you don't need one. But and if you don't want to talk, you don't got to. But it's just you get an opportunity to. I can see your stupid faces and listen to your stupid voices. And so for the next probably week, I'm gonna be doing. It's all gonna be free. It's gonna be more of a free for all. Everybody just come in, hang out, say hello. Because I'm just still trying to figure out how the buttons work. Because I don't want to start doing classes if I can't just go click, click, fuck, shut up. If I don't know how that works instantaneously, I don't want to be like screwing up the whole thing, going, what the fuck. Oh yeah, raw pumpkin seeds is another thing. Raw pumpkin seeds. That's definitely great for parasite cleanses. All I want to do is zoom. Yeah, feel free if you want to pick a topic. I mean, I can do it this way, but I'm assuming most people are gonna like, it's fucking class, and you guys are gonna chat. I don't think we're gonna do anything. It won't be me talking this much because, like right now, you guys can be chatting there, typing. So I don't gotta hear you all dumbasses. Or if we have a class and there's like 20 people in here, you guys are like, hey, look at this, here, look at this over there, and I'm like, oh shit, you guys talk. At least for a little while. Oh, did I just get to the comment where I was talking about doctors? Oh shit. Yeah, glorified drug dealers. Yeah, and see the thing is they don't even know it, and that's the thing. That's the thing. They don't realize that they came out of school, that their books were written by the pharmacia. It used to be pharmacopoeia and the pharmacia and the pharmacy, and it was something about the farm, and then it turned into harm, and it turned into like poison. It was supposed to be panacea, and it turned into poison makers. And not knowing that those books were written by the people that send these people over to hang out with the tribes in Africa and Asia and whatever, and let's learn about what their shamans knew about these plants. And they take the plants and they come and isolate one thing in the plant, and then they put a registered trademark on it, and they say, well, this is called blah blah blah. But if you just had the leaf, which is free from that plant, it would solve all of your issues and you'd have no side effects. But then they give you a pill that they can sell you for, $100 a pill. It just makes just they don't see that. They don't know how that. They don't see how that. They don't know that part of the business. They don't know where their books came from. They go, oh, I know all about, you know about sick people, and um, you know medicine and pills. You don't know about health. You don't know about nutrition. You don't know about well-being. You don't know about those plants. So you have no clue what those things are. And that's the dilemma. That's why I can't. Despite my anger and rage, I realize it's not their fault. There's a few of them that know that they gotta get them. They gotta get them bills paid. They got $300,000. They got a wife that if he doesn't make that money, she out of his league. She a 9. He's like a 5. But that money's nice to her, and she gets to fuck the pool boy. He gets to go out and golf and fuck whoever he wants. So it kind of works out for everybody. But if he ain't making that money, that bitch leaves. What's he gonna do? He can't afford the prostitutes. He can't afford his wife. Shit. That's the real facts of the matter. Sorry to break it to you, but that's just what it looks like. Don't worry, when you're sick, I'll take care of you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, drug dealers. I got you. When all your drugs ain't working no more and you're trying to go, just help me. I don't even know how this works. Oh, where's the medicine? Look around you. It's right there in the forest. Which one? Oh, I thought you knew. What's the name of it? Zizalova Painahamus Thangamwams? Isn't that what you call it? Is that Latin? What language was that? I don't know. Come on. Oh, it's so fucking funny. Yeah, the first again the first week of the Zoom stuff will be so go download the Zoom app and then go get your password. It's just you. Well, it's not even a password. Just go download the thing and type your email and shit. It's like anything else. And then I'll give you guys in about 45 minutes. I'll give you the classroom number and then the password to get in, and then it will be me here doing this and you guys freaking out, and then we'll do that for like a week, and then afterwards it will be everybody sit down and shut the fuck up. I'm gonna teach a class and do it kind of this way, the way I've been. The majority of the time that I do these things, it's like an hour and something of me talking and teaching about something, and then a few questions, and then it turns into like a free for all of us talking a bunch of weird shit. Which I guess the class will probably be about the same. Okay, barefoot. I'd have to dig deeper into that. I can't do that today. That's not something. That's not one of my specialties. That's definitely not where I sit most of my things. I know a lot about a lot of things, but that I'd have to do a little bit of I only need to do a little research on something and to make sure that it fits in the puzzle pieces of everything else that I know, and then I can dig deeper into the research. We'll do. I could do that soon though. That's in the back of my mind though, for sure. You know, it's. I mean, as far as like the reptilian technologies, like I know of them, right? And I've done video like Divine says, I've done videos on it. I just didn't get that deep into it. And so like when you say something like scalar and quantum tech, I mean I get it, but positive, negative A. Okay, I've done the positive and negative and AIs. I've done that in plenty of videos, but I'll do that again deeper for you. I just like I did whenever I know something that I've done the video on. If I talk about it again, I want to make sure that I have another level to what I'm gonna say. I've not had a Japanese savory pancake, although I do enjoy uh, many different. Yeah, I do. The savory pancakes, and I've seen them. I've watched cooking channels, and I see, but I've never had one. Yeah. Okay, well, I can give you the protection from that. We can talk about that for sure. Yeah, those are all pretty easy. Not worry about them. I mean, that's one way. Is it's a mental attitude for one. But then there's like physical things you can do. There's cloaking that you can do. There's magical spells you can do. But the basic thing is like just the general of being healthy thing. Yeah, we'll get into that. Oh, Barefoot, you've never been here before? Holy shit! Hey, Barefoot. It's always funny when someone new. I just assume people that come here, if they don't like right away say, "Hey, I've never been here before." Oh shit! The first time here, huh? We haven't even got weird yet. We haven't even got weird yet. So feel free. Wow, I wouldn't even know where to tell you to start with my videos. Although I would tell you to start with my David Blaine decoding video. And mine, you should still do that video. I was going to do a second version of that because there was a bunch of other things that I came across. Because I told you it was just like I watched it and I was like, oh, fucking, let me break this down tomorrow when I wake up. But I highly suggest that because it goes into a bunch of other things. It goes into urine, it goes into plasma, it goes into the 21st, the event, the apocalypse. It goes into all of that coding, the breathing thing. It goes into breath patterns. It goes into a lot of shit. Yeah, watch that one. It's my last one that I did, called D Blaine Ascension Decoding. Watch that one. And then after that, you're on your fucking own. There's 2,000 videos of mine, so have fun. And figure out how to mute the class. Well, no, I have to do that in a different screen where if I have to hit a button that says allow people to unmute themselves, and I have to just click that off so people cannot unmute themselves. I have to unmute them. But it's see the thing is again, this is why this is a learning curve for me too because I'm using an Android on a phone. It becomes a whole fucking thing. I got to hit a bunch of different buttons. Where if I just use my computer, I could. It's way easier. It's all like kind of streamlined because it's a PC, and I can see everything. But my computer is not staying connected to the internet. It keeps shutting me out. So it's kind of fucking up my shit. so so if I do put the classroom on silent, it's basically like this. It means that I don't know. I'd have to go through so many things to unmute someone, and I don't. It's just it's a whole fucking issue. So this is why we're doing this for like a week of me trying to figure out what's going on if I can do it on my phone, or if I'm just gonna buy a cheap computer because that one I don't know. Maybe I just need a different computer because I can't even download Zoom on the fucking thing. It's a I don't know. Somebody gave that to me as a gift, and it's not functioning well. Anyways, so Hazel trying to skim on the proceeds. No, but Divine wouldn't do that. So, wait. Who said that? Divine is trying. Hotep are. How you gonna, motherfucker? Hey doorman. Hey black son. Hey doorman. I already said it's okay if people tip you for being the doorman, and you can call Hazel out for it. How dare you? If you even knew what she was gonna do, you want to see me speaking? She gonna book me some rooms, so I'm gonna go speak in public. You want to see me in public doing live shit like this? You want to see me go off doing this shit, standing up, all of me, the all 6'8" of me. Do you know how tall I am? 6'8", about 230 pounds. You didn't know this? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, barefoot. No one will come in here if they're not intelligent. It's not allowed. You've not seen me go off on people yet. We don't have that. This is why I have to give certain people wrenches. A bunch of people used to have wrenches, and then I wilded out on them and took their wrenches away. But that's why I give them wrenches because I don't have time. If people start talking shit in here, just then fuck that because they'll know I'll go off for half hour. Practice the gardening to enhance the beauty. That's what's up. Peace out, Divine. Tessa, no. Tessa, no, it doesn't. No, that's exactly why this is, you know, this years ago, I used to do, I used to do like one-on-ones with people, but I didn't know how to do it without giving away at least a contact to me. So I was using like a, you know, like Skype or something. And so sometimes people they'd have too much access to me. And so Zoom is a complete firewall. Like once the show is over, it's over for me and it's over for you guys. Like no, there's no phone number there. Don't worry, I wouldn't just be giving my phone. I've already had too many fucking weirdos and creeps and stalkers and shit. And that wasn't even when my channel was small. So then I stopped doing fucking one-on-ones with people. But now I found Zoom, and Zoom I can actually do one-on-ones with people. And once that shit is over, if you want to contact me again, I mean my email is there, and this way is here, but and the classroom is there. But yeah, it's definitely firewalled. So you just sign up, and you don't even need to. You can sign up for as anything. You don't even need to put your camera on. You can keep your camera off. You can mute it. You don't even say shit. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not 6'8". No, I'm not. No. When I wake up after a good sleep, being very hydrated, I'm almost 6 foot. But most days, I'm 5 foot, 10 7/8 inches. That's a fact. Why would I be so specific? You want to know how tall I am? That's how tall I am. But through the day, you kind of get squished down a little bit because of your water content. But when I wake up after a good, I'm about 6 foot. But yeah, but I sit here like a slouch. Get my stretch on, hang myself upside down for a little bit. It doesn't. It defines. It don't matter. Again, I mean, it would be nice to see everyone's faces and shit, but does it need to be? I mean, what were we doing today? Okay, so check it out. Okay, I'm gonna squash this. You guys, anybody that wants to, what time is it here? It's 2:45. Okay, I gotta make a call, and then I'm gonna set the Zoom thing up. So come back here at 3. Make it around 3:15. Around 3:15, I'll have it set up, and then I'll give you guys all the Zoom classroom ID, and then the password to come in, and we'll do the show. Sound good? So 3:15, I'll give you the password on shit on here, and boom, we'll go live. Everybody, Zoom. Download that shit, get yourself in order, and we'll talk soon. Fuck yeah. Peace out, bitches.